McIntyre, Georgia. 20 miles to 22 West, where we're going to turn left on Glen Street. 3 hours, 3 minutes to home. 127 miles. So I was telling you a little bit about my kind of like my work history. Last one was where I was babysitting. Then I moved to Georgia. After I got to Georgia, I was volunteering a little bit at our local library system. We have a book, a used bookstore run by friends of the library. So I volunteered at the bookstore 2 times a week for like 2 hours at a time, and I enjoyed that. But I wasn't working at the time, so I had time at the moment. Then I got a job at Dress Barn. I love doing that because, like I said before, I call myself a fashionista. I love fashion, so that was enjoyable. Yeah, I did some shopping while I worked, but I also enjoyed, like setting up displays, putting out new clothes. It's just enjoyable working in the fashion industry. So I did that for a while. Then it was part-time, so I needed to make a little more money, so I got another part-time job at TNG, which services grocery stores with magazines, books. We scan some like Kroger stores. We do some end stands like phone cards and things. We might do the signage and stock the phone cards, and also like checkout displays. We do candy. We do candy at Home Depot. We do some water and some drinks. Anyway, there's just a variety of things. Just like what a store vendor might do, and it was fun. We drove. I drove around from several different counties. Within like maybe up to not 100-mile radius, but maybe a 60-mile radius. So it was some miles on the car, but it was still enjoyable. Kind of working on my own, or sometimes with a partner. We might meet up at a place and do a large store together, or we would do store resets. So that was fun. Then I saw an opportunity for a lead merchandiser. That's what we call ourselves at TNG. We're merchandisers. So I found a position for a lead merchandiser at Steinmart in Johns Creek. So I got that job, and that was enjoyable. But I've come to find out more that Steinmart was a bit bigger store, very busy. The dressing rooms were a major hassle. People did not respect the clothes. They would just ball them up in a ball and just throw them down on the, wrinkle them up. And it was just horrible the way they treated things. And it was just constantly like, I couldn't even keep up with the dressing rooms, and clothes were all over the floor. And I just got too stressed out. I couldn't handle it. So then I became lead merchandiser at TNG. And so I think I was working TNG and Steinmart, but I was full time at Steinmart, so I was kind of like putting TNG on the back burner. I finally put in my 2 weeks notice at Steinmart. I said, I'm going back to TNG. It's just too, I can't handle this. It's just too stressful. It upsets me too much. It just wasn't for me. So I think maybe I like to wear the clothes. I do like merchandising. I love setting up displays. I could have learned a lot more at Steinmart. There was a lot to learn there. It's a beautiful store. They had great people working there. It was just too much for me to handle maybe at my age or something. I don't know. But anyway, I did enjoy it for a time, but definitely was not going to be a permanent career for me. And then it was strange because coincidentally, because some of the big box retailers and just sometimes I don't know what was going on in the country at the time, but anyway, so Dress Barn ended up closing its doors. It did open again online, So, you know, I'd go out and I'd make some money. You could transfer your earnings as many times as you wanted to. You just had to pay 50 cents. So like I'd go out and make like 50 or 60 bucks, cash out, put some gas in the car, pay that bill, go about taking a few more fares, make $100, cash out, pay another bill, put more gas in the car. So, you know, that's the way I had to do it for a while. Then it seems like kind of like, I don't know about you, but like say when you're job searching and you see something like on Indeed or however it is that you do your searching for jobs, and you see something and you just kind of feel like it's right, like I think this is the job for me, and you go in that interview and you kind of have an expectation. Well, that was kind of like with me with every job that I got. Like I kind of knew when it was going to be the job for me, and kind of knew sometimes like this might not be the job for me. Like even like when I got hired with like Steinmart, you know, even though the job ended up not being what I thought it was being, it was maybe a little too stressful, I still knew, like, you know, that I could do this job, and I was confident when I went in, and I guess I might have had, you know, a positive attitude. So I guess maybe I'm saying like it's kind of like in your attitude and your outlook. So that's the way it was with this job with which at the time was Farm Origins. Now we're changing our name to American Labs. I just felt like this was a job that I could do, that I would be good at it, that I might have something to contribute. And I kind of felt like I had, you know, a positive attitude. I took the, you know, the test they give you to see, you know, like if how high you would score, to see if you know, you're competent. And, you know, I kind of felt like the questions that I answered them correctly, you know, like it wouldn't always be, you know, like say if an order was late or something happened to customer's order, you wouldn't automatically ship it overnight, cost the company 50 bucks, but, you know, you would kind of like work out a solution. That's the type of way that I answer my questions, and so they called and said that I scored pretty high on the customer service test. And, you know, it took some training. They have a lot of products and things that I needed to learn. And it's constantly a learning process because we're adding new products, where sometimes we remove products from our line that maybe aren't selling so well. It's a constant change, and you have to read, and you have to keep learning to keep up. And my coworkers and I, you know, we try to like make notes, and we're trying to work on like creating a little bit of a manual, if you would, like one page with like all the labels from our products, one page that just has like all of the how to use, you know, the instructions, you know, like how use 2 scoops or use 1 milligram or a dime size application or a quarter size application for the topical products, and, you know, so that we can have easy references. So we try to do things to make things easier for ourselves, and so when the company decides to hire more people, then it'll be easier for us to help our new coworkers. So anyway, what I'm saying is, you know, when I was looking for a job, I would kind of know like this is the job. And I don't know if anyone else has had that feeling when you look for a job, you know, like you just kind of felt like this is the job for me, or you feel led to apply for that company, or it just feels right. Anyways, that's kind of the way I felt with different jobs that I have applied for, and just felt like this, I know I'm going to get this job. I'm not saying that I'm the best qualified person, but I just felt like it was the right, a good match. Like I was a good match for the company was a good match for me, and it worked. And so I'm really hoping I can stay with this company for a long time, and I'm excited to see where it goes. So we're making good progress. We're still got 9.4 miles to Highway 22 West. Coming up on Milledgeville. Not sure how far it is. Let me see. Milledgeville is Scottsboro 4 miles, Milledgeville 10. Baldwin County. We pass through a lot of counties. Georgia has so many counties. I think it's like 160 something. And I only know of a few, so that's why I'm kind of naming every county and every town I come through, because I've never been this way. I've always kind of like been 95 or 75 or Highway 400, Highway 9 maybe, through the area, you know, through the Forsyth, Fulton, Cobb, Cherokee counties.
Found a faster route via Georgia 83 North, which saves 7 minutes. If you prefer to stay on the current route, tap no thanks.
No thanks. I don't want to change my route. I planned this route very carefully, and that's the route I want to take. So anyway, so just talking about, you know, the jobs that I've had, and I like to keep my jobs for a long time. I've been with Farm Origins. I started in August of 2019, so going on 2 years. The company, you know, they're they care about their employees. We communicate a lot. Everyone kind of like we've gone through some growing pains, had some setbacks. Not the company itself due to like maybe regulations or things like that. But the owner of the company just really he poured his heart and soul and time into this business. Some changes are taking place at the top that were carefully thought out and well planned, and to keep the company going and to help the company to grow and become more successful. I think we're in a good place now. We have a ton of orders to fill, which put us a little behind. Customer service, kind of take the brunt of that, but we're on the front line there. We're able to talk to the customers, explain to them, things that are going on. Our regular customers have been pretty understanding. We do what we have to do to take care of our customers. We love our people. I really feel like, I want to grow with this company. I'm looking forward to what happens next and maybe ways to move up when the time is right, and something that is good for the company and good for me, something that I might be able to contribute to the company, to grow my skills and to use the skills that I have to help the company to grow. So coming into a little more rain. So that's where I'm at right now. So I don't drive for Lyft anymore. It's too rough on the car. Have a full-time job now. We also make some commission on sales, which is, I think sales will be improving. We had a lot of items that were like subscriptions where the first one was free, so we weren't making as much commission, but we're still getting our salary. So no matter what, we still had a full-time job. But I think that maybe some opportunity to have a little more earnings are coming up. All we have to do is match the customers with the right product, kind of talk to the customers, see what their needs are, kind of like a concierge, maybe like recommend what the customer might need. Get them to sign up for what we call a premier membership, so that they can get everything on sale. Just be like a personal shopper. Just match the customer up with the products that suit them, and don't try to sell them things they don't need. If something doesn't work for them, we have a 90-day refund period, or they can send it back, and we'll send them an alternate product. Or sometimes they don't even have to send it back. If they don't like this, they want to send it back, we're like, hey, don't bother sending that back. If you'd rather have another product, no matter if it's a more expensive product or not, we'll just send it to you. You don't have to bother taking that to the post office and mailing it back. We'll just send you something else, and that's in place of a refund. Or say they ordered something and maybe they felt like they had too much, or they overspent, or whatever the reason may be. We'll say, if you'd rather not send it back, we'll give you a 50% refund, and you keep the product. And then you're like, oh, well, okay, well, if I can keep it without having to return it and box it all up and get a label and take it to the drive to the post office and all that, 50% right now. So that's one of our options that we have. So we just take care of our customers. Sometimes we make things that are easier for them, and we have kind of like the ability to personalize the service for each customer. So that's one of the things that I really enjoy about my job, not only having great people at the top, a great customer service manager, great co-workers in customer service and other departments that work with us. We help each other. We send each other a message on Skype. Hey, can you get me a copy of this, or can you rush this order through a little bit faster, or can you cancel this order? The customer they over ordered, or like they didn't like the product, they didn't really want it again this month, so we're going to cancel that subscription. And we just work together. Things get hard sometimes. We get busy, but we all pull together, and at the end of the day, good job. Job well done. So I guess enough about my job. I'm just happy with it. I'm hopeful for the future, and I think things. I think we're going places, basically. So I'm gonna sign off. 3.3 miles to Highway 22 West. So I'll check in a few minutes. Elissa out.